Alright, survival training or prepping? Which is more important? Okay, first I'll say my thoughts and the way I'm making this channel, the idea behind it, is that prepping is actually part of survival training. Because for me, survival training is anything that keeps me alive. Doesn't matter what it is. Whether it's wilderness training, like learning to look for water, start a fire, forage, um, or if it's something like learning to defend yourself, take care of your health, anything, it doesn't matter. Pay attention to your surroundings, anything that keeps you alive, that is actual survival. So, but even though I look at prepping as part of survival training, there is some difference. It's like another section here. Survival training I look at as more of your skills. Doesn't necessarily depend on objects that you have, your belongings. Depends more on your knowledge and your ability. Where prepping is the opposite. It depends more on things that you're storing, canning, things you're prepping, things you're keeping, buying up. But still, there is some knowledge there also. It's the opposites. Now, which is more important if I'm looking at it instead of looking at my way where they're the same and just a little different, but if I'm looking at it like prepping versus survival, I'm going to have to go with survival training every single time. And why? Is because if you have your preps, and I'm not saying you shouldn't prep, like I said, I'm pro prepping. However, preps can be lost, they can be used, there can be a tornado, a flood, stolen. There's many different ways that you could lose your preps. And your knowledge is something, and your ability and your knowledge is something you always have with you. I mean, it's not going to be stolen from you, or it's not going to ruin. You may forget things, but it's always with you everywhere you go. Your preps are not with you everywhere you go. And if we were talking about a STHF kind of situation, then, people always say, well, I'll just go to my bug out destination or go back on whatever. But what if you can't? Look at things that are happening, that have been happening. I mean, you're trying to get from one place to another, and it's very, very big possibility that you're going to run into a lot of opposition there of getting to your destination. So you definitely have to have skills and knowledge and the ability to stay alive if you want to try to make it to that location even. So keeping those things in mind, I would definitely 100% say survival training, meaning anything that's going to keep you alive, learning to fight, take care of your health, uh, firearms, blades, whatever it is, learning to pay attention, and not just to your surroundings, but about specific things about your surroundings, like, paying attention if someone is carrying something. Does someone have something in their hand? Or how many people are around? Who is where? I mean, there's just so many things to pay attention to, and just learning to make it just a habit. But definitely, survival training is more important than prepping. Prepping is still good. I still believe in it. I believe everybody should do it to some degree. I know some people spend way too much money on it, and I don't want to do that. I think there's a limit there, and because, like I said, I could lose everything. I could spend $1 million on preps, and for whatever reason, either not be able to get to them or lose them all. So, yeah. survival training is number one. So, like, subscribe, tell me what your thoughts are in the comments. If you have anything to add to it, either way, what are your thoughts about it? And talk to you later.